Little Red was the first of these fairy tales I wrote, and I really love to read it because it's one of my favorites, and she's one of my heroes actually. Okay, Little Red, motherless babe, taught to be self-sufficient and brave at a young age. She gathered fruit, hunted squirrel, trained herself to be a sharpshooter with a wooden crossbow she made. Werewolves in the forest, the local rumors howled. Little Red was unperturbed. She had no fear at all. She'd fought off snakes, outrun grizzlies, shot alligators while spearing fish. But this is new, her ill gran said. This is a cross between a wolf and a man. He's wily, wicked, and dangerous too. I worry he might outsmart you. Fear not, dear Gran, Little Red said. I'll fetch the doctor. Go back to bed. My aim is true. If he causes trouble, I'll take care of it. Through the woods she walked, eyes ever watchful. This fragile little girl, cloaked in a red velvet cloak. Predators stayed away, fearful of Little Red's spear. Only the new ones in the wood dared to venture near. A soft whoosh betrayed his presence. Little Red sent 2 shots his way. A yowl of pain from the south. Little Red sent 4 more that way. Out leapt the werewolf, dripping blood like breadcrumbs. That furry, crazy-eyed wolf beast. At Little Red he lunged. She stepped artfully aside, shot him another 2 times. Once in the head, once in his eye. Another 2 for posterity, and he was down, splayed and drunk like a sheepskin rug. Little Red rushed home, Doc in tow. Gran was sitting up, unnaturally flushed. Her smile revealed stalactites in the snow. She tore the good Doc in 2, without so much as a hello. Little Red stared in dismay. For the first time, she could not aim. Scarecrow still, she watched Gran turn, face elongating, arms sprouting fur like seedlings in slow motion. Gran's nails and teeth grew like rabbit weeds. In her eyes, a familiar crazed expression, but none of the love nor recognition Little Red used to see inside. She swung her new talons at Little Red's head, unfroze her with the knowledge that this was no longer Gran. Gran would never raise her hand at her beloved granddaughter. This was truly some other monster. Twin headshots dispatched that alien thing. Little Red wept with sadness and rage as she carried Gran's body for burying. Now marked a new era for Little Red. It was time to grow up, time to hunt predators instead. I have, the next 3 sections have very different poems starting them, and I thought I'd read a few that, maybe the first poem or others inside, and I've actually bookmarked all of them. Okay. The section, All the Monsters in the World, begins with a poem, When There Are Monsters. And I think this opens the section pretty well. So I will read it for you. When there are monsters. When there are monsters in the house, you learn to move silently in the dark. Tread lightly on tiptoe. Make no sound. You learn to lock doors behind you, slowly and so they won't follow you in and surprise you, corner you and maim you, invade you and desecrate you, then discard you when they are done with what's left of you, in bloody shards, broken and burnt, most of you lost in ashes. You awake the next day, raw, in pain, gingerly walking and talking like a person. But there's nothing there, not anymore. When there's a monster in the house, you learn to duck behind doors and walk with the shadows. The dark is far safer than the light, where monsters can see you, seize you and destroy you. When you let your guard down and forget, just for a moment, they always move faster than you. So I've joined the darkness. I've joined the shadows. No one can touch me in the dark. The next poem I'd like to read is called Forest Mother. It's actually one of my favorite poems. Here's a funny story. I've actually tried recording a reading of it for at least 10 times now, and it never comes out right. So let's try again. Forest Mother. I return to the roots, the branches, the leaves, to the only place I ever found peace. In this palace of winds, I'm one with the trees. The crows and the ravens bring solace to me. No devastation from men with their sticks and knives, no destruction from those labeling me with a price. Here I am now, with the sticks and stones. Here I will reduce them all into bones. They will arrive with their guns and scythes. Here we will wait and eat them alive. I recently saw on Instagram this really gorgeous picture of one of the quotes in this poem. So I thought I'd read it just for today. The Tooth Collector. The Tooth Collector. Some people collect stamps. I collect teeth, mostly from terrible people. You see, I was born with a capacity for violence, and in the world I grew up in, it was necessary. I haunt the streets where monsters hide, in plain sight, waiting to seize young girls in broad daylight. Here's where I step in. I grab his hand, holding the girl, snapping back his fingers, breaking his hold. I tell her to run while I twist and pull, breaking every single one of his fingers, knees and toes. A sharp punch and I dislocate his jaw, pull out my pliers, clamp open his mouth, and yank each tooth out of its root. I choose the nicest one, drop it in a candy tin before I take it home. A reminder of the good that I do and the lives I rescue. Today a girl does not run, but asks me, "Can you teach me to do what you do?" I smile and nod. Now we are two. Soon there are others who do what we do. Crime is down, shockingly, for the first time in years. But like roaches, the monsters always stage a return. I've collected countless jars of teeth, while the girls collect other trophies. A museum's worth, it seems. That was really fun. Okay, now moving on to the fourth. Hang on, how many sections do I have? To the last section. I'd like to read one of my favorites from this section, which is Myths and Dreamscapes. It's called Sticks. Sticks. The old bones snap in his jaws, splaying splinters all over the floor. I've taken a hair. The tasty parts I know he will choose. I call them the gods for justice in war, while my dog gnaws a broken femur. They open the hell gates to let out the beasts, as we patiently wait deep down in the crypt. When the demons are done and justice restored, we return to the surface to collect our reward. No more long nights ferrying the dead, no more dark days hiding our heads. For once we can live free out of the cell, just me and my dog by the gates of hell. Okay. Oops. Okay, I will finish this section with two last poems. Winter's Gift, and the last poem will be Beyond 100 Years. Winter's Gift. On the coldest night, you die in your bed, with me snug, curled. I apologize, let's rewind. Winter's Gift. On the coldest night, you die in your bed, with me curled snugly around your neck. The chill in me stays, it will not dissipate. I see snowflakes coalesce around your head. I stumble to the kitchen to find food from the fridge, but it is impossible to claw open. My paws have no grip. The blizzard outside slams against the roof, screaming for us to die. Why? I don't know why. I'll never understand the cruelty of nature, the cruelty of life. I return to you, statue stiff and blue, curling back around your neck. I don't hear the windows crack, nor see the snow flood in, nor the monsters attack. When spring comes back after an eternity of frost, and the avalanche on us eventually dissolves, you wake me up, holding me close, as we walk outside, light as ghosts. The final poem is Beyond 100 Years. Beyond 100 years, I will exist only 100 years, while the promise of the universe lies just beyond my fingertips. We can never achieve much with such brief lives, each generation having to relearn everything. I want to consume the wealth of centuries, knowledge of the past and futures, live in a time where possibilities become actualized, not now when hope is all we have. So put me on ice and place my body in a spaceship. Send me into the void, where one day greater intelligence may revive me and ask, what was it like to wonder, and what die? Thank you very much.